どうも、勝手に電力2.0で始めたいと思います。今日1269回目というところで、このIA が出しているこの OIL 2023っていうのと、まあ、その中にちょっと Forecast 2028ということで、結構これからの見込みみたいなところの書いてあるの、このあたり少し見てみたいなと思ってますと。実際にこの2028年向けの予測みたいなところが、このグローバルな石油市場においての詳細な展望を言っていると。で、この北書は、このエネルギー危機、低排出を目指す政府政策、およびクリーンエネルギーの展開が石油市場に与える影響に重点を置いていると。で、グローバルエネルギー危機とクリーンエネルギーと、グローバルエネルギー危機がクリーンエネルギー技術の移行を加速し、クリーンエネルギーへの投資が化石燃料に対する投資よりも早く進んでいると。この変化は徐々に石油市場のピークを見えるようにしていくということで、やっぱり再エネとかクリーンエネルギーが入っていくことで石油市場っていうのはどんどん影響を受けていくと。で、石油市場のダイナミクスで2028年までの石油供給と需要の進化にするダイナミクスについて詳しく分析しており、政府政策が石油市場にどのように影響を与えるか、上流投資の課題、新しい供給源予備能力、石油需要の変化に対するパターンを含むと。で、供給と需要のダイナミクスについて包括的に外観を提供し、2028年までに世界の需要が1日あたり105.7、100万バレルに達すると予測されると、これは2022年のレベルから5.9 バレルですね、メガバレルの増加ですと。燃焼可能な化石燃料からの石油需要は2028年に81.6メガバレルでピークに達すると見込まれると、2028までやっぱり増えるんですね。で、投資傾向、上流の石油及びガス投資が増加すると予想され、2015年以来の最高レベルに達すると見られていると。非 OPEC の特にアメリカ、ブラジル、ガイアナが供給能力拡大を主導すると。生成と貿易生成業界と貿易国際貿易パターンに影響する影響を与えるダイナミクスについては洞察はあると。エネルギー転換と石油需要、エネルギー転換と低排出を目指す政府施策が石油需要の成長にどのように遅らせられるかについて議論していると。需要成長に寄与する主要セクターについて石油価格と広告が含まれ、一方、電気自動車とエネルギー効率の向上が石油需要成長を大きく削減すると。地域別で言うと、新興経済が成長を牽引し、エネルギー転換政策と効率性の向上により先進国で石油の使用が縮小する一方で、地域別需要のについて分析して、アジアの新興国は全体的に需要拡大。やっぱりアジアの方がこれが増えるんですね。エネルギー転換政策と効率向上が先進国では石油使用が主要傾向。全体的に2020年から2028年までの増加はアジアによって指導され、特にインドが2027年には中国を上回る使用成長源と。北米やヨーロッパではエネルギー転換政策と効率向上の影響が強く、予測期間の大部分で石油需要が縮小。このドキュメントは IA によって準備され、グローバル石油市場の中期的な展望について書かれているというところですね。で、インドネシアに関する記載で言うと、このアジア太平洋の非 OPEC 生産は、老朽化した油田、西洋企業の撤退、天然ガスへの投資の増加により低下している。過去10年ですでに 900kb、キロバレル程度減少している2028年までさらに830キロバレルまで低下すると予想されていると。中国、オーストラリア、インド、インドネシア、タイはすべて大きな損失を記録し、予測期間の終わりまでに合計で690キロバレルの損失が見込まれると。インドネシアでは2016年以降生産が一貫して減少している。だから石油は減少しているんですね。2028年さらに120キロバレル減少し、510キロバレルとなると予想されると。またバイオ燃料に関しては、インドネシアの生産は2022年には30%から2028年には35%のバイオディーゼル混合目標を達成するために拡大するという予想。で、これは石油輸入の削減、温室効果 GHG の排出の削減を目指す政策に応じて、砂糖、トウモロコシ、パンメなど、国内原料を使用して国内需要の増加を支援するためと、インドネシアを新興経済国からバイオ燃料の生産拡大は2022年から2028年までに600キロバレル増加し、ブラジル、インドネシア、インドが増加70%を占めると報告されているということで、この World Oil Market Reset ということで、Global Oil Markets are gradually calibrating after three turbulent years in which they were upended first by the COVID-19 pandemic and then by the Russian Federation, Russia invasion of Ukraine. Benchmark crude oil prices are back below pre-war levels and refined product cracks have now come off all the time high after rising supplies coincide with a marked slowdown in oil demand growth in advanced economies. Moreover, an unprecedented shuffling over of the global trade flows and two consecutive emergency stock released by IEA member countries in 2022 allowed industry inventories to rebuild, easing market tensions. While the market could significantly tighten in the coming months as the OPEC Plus production cuts temper the upswing in global oil supplies, the outlook improves over our 2022-28 forecast period. Russian invasion of Ukraine sparked a surged in the oil prices and brought security of supply concern to the fore, helping accelerating deployment of clean energy technologies. At the same time, upstream investment in 2023 are expected to reach to their highest level since 2015. Our projections assumes major oil producers maintain their plans to build up capacity even as demand growth slows, resulting spare capacity cushions of at least 3.8 megabarrel per day, concentrated in the Middle East, should ensure that the world oil markets are adequately supplied throughout our forecast period. As always, there are a number of risks to our forecast that could affect market balances over the medium term. Uncertain global economic conditions, the direction of the OPEC Plus decisions, and Beijing refining industry policy will play a crucial role in the balancing of crude oil and the product market. In a energy crisis accelerates transition away from oil. Based on existing policy setting, growth in the world oil demand is set to slow markedly during the 2022-28 forecast period as the energy transition advances. While a peak in oil demand is on the horizon, continued increases in the petrochemical feedstock and air travel means that overall consumption continues to grow throughout the forecast. We estimate that global oil demand reaches 105.7 megabarrel per day in 2028, up to 5.9 megabarrel per day compared with 2022 levels. Crucially, however, demand for oil from combustible fossil fuel, which includes biofuels, petrochemical feedstocks, and other non-energy use, is on course to peak at 81.6 megabarrel per day in 2028, the final year of our forecast. Growth is set to reverse after 2023 for gasoline and after 2026 for transport fuel overall. These trends are the result of the pivot toward lower emission sources triggered by the global energy crisis, as well as policy emphasis on energy efficiency improvement and the rapid growth in electric vehicle EV sales. The People's Republic of China was the last major economy to lift its stringent COVID-19 restrictions at the end of 2022, leading to a post-pandemic oil demand rebound in the first half of 2023, but demand growth in China slows markedly from 2024 onwards, and global oil demand growth shrivels from 2.4 megabarrel per day in 2023 to just 400 kilobarrel per day by 2028. Nevertheless, burgeoning petrochemical demand and strong consumption growth in emerging economies will more than offset a contraction in advanced economies. For total oil demand to decline sooner, in line with the IEA net zero emission by 2050 scenario, additional policy measures and behavioral changes would be required. The petrochemical sector will remain the key driver of global oil demand growth, with liquefied petroleum gas (LPG), ethane, and naphtha accounting for more than 50% of the rise between 2022 and 2028, and nearly 90% of the increase compared with pre-pandemic levels. The aviation sector will expand strongly as airline travel returns to normal following the reopening of borders. At the start of 2023, jet fuel demand was still lagging 2019 level by more than 1 megabarrel per day or 13%. It quickly accelerates and contributes the highest growth across all products over the forecast period, increasing by the substantial 2 megabarrel per day. However, efficiency improvements and behavioral changes will slow the pace of growth, so consumption will only surpass the 2019 level by 2027. Non-OPEC Plus producers lead oil supply capacity growth. Global upstream oil and gas investment is on track to increase by an estimated 11% in 2023 to USD 528 billion, compared with USD 474 billion in 2022. while the impact of higher spending will be partially offset by cost inflation. This level of investment, if sustained, would be adequate to meet forecast demand in the period covered by the report. And based on the current pipeline of projects underway and U.S. light tight oil LTO growth expectations, we see 5.9 mega barrel per day of net additional production capacity brought online by 2028, despite easing from 1.9 mega barrel per day on average over 2022-23 to just 300 kilobarrel per day by 2028. New capacity building still moves in line with projected demand growth over the forecast period. Oil-producing country outside the OPEC Plus alliance dominates medium-term capacity expansion plans, with a 5.1 megabarrel per day supply boost led by the United States, Brazil, and Guyana. Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, and Iraq lead the capacity building within OPEC Plus, while African and Asian members struggle with continuing declines and Russian production falls due to sanctions. This makes for a net capacity gain of 800 kilobarrel per day from the 23 members in OPEC Plus overall. The relatively strong increase from non-OPEC Plus producers, together with the projected slowdown in demand growth, tempers the requirement for OPEC Plus crude. As a result, the estimated effective spare capacity at least 3.8 megabarrel per day is maintained throughout the forecast period. Refinery activity and trade up ended. A third wave of refinery capacity closure convention conversion to biofuel plants and project delays since the pandemic reduces the overhang in global refinery capacity. This, combined with a sharp drop in Chinese oil product exports and the upheaval of Russian trade flows, resulted in record profit for the industry last year, while net refinery capacity additions of the 4.4 megabarrel per day expected by 2028 outpace demand growth for refined products. Constructing trend among products means that a repeat of the 2022 tightness in middle distillate cannot be ruled out. Refiners may need to shift their product yield towards middle distillate and petrochemical feedstocks to reflect changing demand patterns. Demand for petroleum-based premium load transport fuel such as gasoline and diesel is 1 megabarrel per day below 2019 levels at the end of the forecast period. At the same time, robust petrochemical activities and slower growth in natural gas liquid NGLs supply raised the demand for refinery supplied LPG and naphtha. Chinese production policy will be pivotal for global markets. Close alignment with petrochemical plant feedback needs could leave middle distillate markets very tight by 2028, while east of Suez continues to propel growth in capacity additions and refinery runs, and the Atlantic Basin could see throughput decline despite substantial new plants starting in Niagara, Mexico, and Brazil. Nigeria. However, most of the increase in global crude on the condensate production will come from the Atlantic Basin, the Western Hemisphere, and especially the Americas will be the largest incremental supplier of oil to global markets, with exports up to by 4.1 megabarrel per day by 2028. This shift in trade flows comes in addition to the most of the 2.5 megabarrel per day of Russian crude oil backed out Europe and the G7 countries due to embargoes flowing eastward. The absence of additional Middle East exports in 2028 versus 2022 and surging Asian import requirements result in steadily rising flows from the Atlantic Basin to east of Suez. The prevailing trends for both crude oil and products is increased supplies from the American and the Middle East to Asia. Refinery additions and dwindling crude production reduces Africa's crude export potential by around 15% over the forecast period, but curbs its net product import requirements by 10%.